Hello friends, welcome in the world of genetics. I am Suvarna Gaikwad, working as assistant professor in Department of Botany of Dada Patil Mahavidyalaya, Karjat district, Ahmednagar. So we are dealing with the TYBSc paper third, that is genetics and evolution. So in previous session, we have discussed different types of gene interaction such as allelic and non-allelic gene interaction. So today we are going to discuss epistatic gene interaction. In that, first is the introduction, then definition, then types, then dominant epistasis, recessive epistasis, and finally inhibitory genes. So the word epistasis is a Greek word which means stand over. It was first used by scientist Bateson in 1909 to describe masking effect or hiding effect. As we all know that due to phenomenon of dominance, recessive allele remains suppressed by its dominant allele. But Bateson discovered that there are some types of interaction between non-allelic genes in which one gene suppresses expression of other gene. So, these kind of interaction when one gene locus suppresses phenotype of second gene locus is called as epistatic gene interaction. Okay. So in this type of interaction there are two types of gene. One is epistatic gene and other is hypostatic gene. So, the gene that suppresses expression of other gene is called as epistatic gene, and other gene that is suppressed is called as hypostatic gene. In this figure, there are two genes A and B. So, the gene A suppresses expression of gene B. So, A gene is called as epistatic gene and B is called as hypostatic gene. So, basically, gene interaction is of two types. One is the epistatic and second is non-epistatic. Epistatic gene interaction examples are dominant epistasis, recessive epistasis and inhibitory genes. Non-epistatic examples are complementary genes and duplicate genes. In that, complementary genes we have discussed in previous session and duplicate genes we are going to discuss further. So today we are going to elaborate epistatic gene interaction. So basically this interaction is of two types depending upon whether the gene is dominant or recessive. If the dominant gene is involved, it's called as dominant epistasis, and if recessive gene is involved, is called recessive epistasis. Okay, so the first is dominant epistasis. As the term indicates, when dominant allele of one gene suppresses effects of second gene is called as dominant epistasis. That means when the dominant gene acts as epistatic gene is called as dominant epistasis. In this figure, between A gene and B gene, A gene is dominant and it suppresses expression of B. So dominant gene A is epistatic gene and B is called as hypostatic gene, and this type of interaction is dominant epistatic interaction. So this type of interaction is present in summer squash. The scientific name of summer squash is Cucurbita pepo. In this, fruit color shows dominant epistasis. So, in summer squash, there are three types of fruit colors. One is white, second is yellow, and third is green. So, fruit color locus has dominant allele capital W for white and recessive allele small w for colored fruit. So, capital W is dominant that suppresses expression of any other color. So, in the first locus, white is dominant to yellow, and in the second locus, yellow is dominant to green. So, if we compare the dominancy among white, yellow and green, then white is most dominant, then comes yellow dominant, and finally green acts as a recessive. So, let's take a cross between white variety and green variety. So, when white variety is crossed with the green variety, white variety is due to presence of gene capital W, capital Y, and the green variety is due to recessive, that is small w, small y. So, after crossing these parents, in F1 generation, we get capital W, capital Y, small y. So, keep in mind the phenotype is different, that is white. Here, in F1 generation, there are two dominant genes, that is capital W and capital Y. So, whenever there is capital W present, it expresses the white color. Okay. So, whenever this F1 generation under selfing, it produces 16 type of offspring. If we see the offspring, in that most of the offspring show capital W as dominant. So, whenever there is a capital W, it expresses white. So, among F2 generation, white offsprings are common, that are 12 in number. Then comes the yellow color. So, yellow color is due to capital Y. So, there are three varieties with capital Y, small w, capital Y, and small w, capital Y, small y. So, whenever there is a small w with capital Y is dominant. So, it expresses yellow color. So, here 3 are yellow, and the only recessive offspring, that is small w, small y is green. So, here white are 12, yellow are 3 and green are 1. So, the phenotypic ratio is 12:3:1. So, this is all about dominant epistasis. Next is recessive epistasis. As the name indicates, when recessive allele of one gene suppresses effect of other gene, it's called as recessive epistasis. So, here in this example, there are two genes, small a and b. So, small a is recessive gene, and this recessive gene, it suppresses expression of B gene. So, being a recessive gene, A suppresses expression of B. So, A is called as epistatic gene, and as A is recessive, so this type of epistasis is recessive epistasis. Okay. This type of epistasis is present in coat color in mice. So this is a similar cross of supplementary gene interaction. So no need of remembering new cross. Okay. So in mice there are three types of coat colors. One is agouti, second is black, and third is albino. So the coat color is controlled by two genes, that is capital C and capital A. But difference is that here recessive allele small c is epistatic on gene A. Okay, let's take a cross. When black mice crossed with the albino in F1 generation, all mice will be agouti. So the black variety is due to the dominant gene capital C, and the albino mouse is due to the small c capital A. So if we see this small c capital A, the recessive gene small c suppresses expression of capital A. So here recessive gene small c acts as a epistatic gene and capital A acts as a hypostatic gene. So when black mouse is crossed with the albino mouse in F1 generation, we get agouti because of capital C with capital A. And whenever there is a capital C with capital A, there is an interaction and they produce agouti color. So when this F1 generation they undergo selfing, we get 16 type of offspring. In that, most of the offsprings are with capital C and A. So it will produce agouti. The three offsprings are capital C, and small a. So these are black in nature. And the other four types of offspring have small c, and capital A. Also capital C, small a. So these four types of offspring, they will produce albino. So these type of phenotypes such as agouti, black and albino, these are produced in 9:3:4 ratio. This is recessive epistasis. That is, being a recessive gene also, it suppresses expression of other gene. This kind of interaction is recessive epistasis. If we compare these both kinds of epistasis, the dominant epistasis present in summer squash, in that 12 are white, 3 are yellow and 1 is green. And the recessive epistasis present in coat color in mice, in that 9 are agouti, 3 are black and 4 are albino. So the last type of interaction is inhibitory gene interaction. As the name suggests, when a dominant gene inhibits the phenotypic expression of other non-allelic dominant gene, it is called as inhibitory gene interaction. So inhibitory genes alone express their own character, but when they present together, they suppress expression of other gene. So this inhibitory interaction is present in leaf color in rice. The scientific name of rice is Oryza sativa. So in rice plants, the presence of gene P is responsible for purple leaves and the small p is for green leaves. But if gene I is present with capital P, I suppresses expression of capital P, so it will produces green color. So whenever there is a cross between green and purple, all offsprings are green. In this example, when there is a cross between green and purple in F1 generation, we get green because in F1 generation, capital I is present with the capital P. So I suppresses expression of capital P. So this kind of interaction is inhibitory gene interaction. And when this F1 generation, they undergo selfing in F2 generation out of 16 offsprings. Most of the offsprings are with capital I and capital P. And whenever there is a capital I with capital I suppresses expression of capital P, and instead of producing purple color, it produces green color. So there out of 16 offspring, 13 offsprings are with I and P. So it will produces green color, and only 3 offsprings are with capital P with small I, that is purple. Again capital P with small I, that is purple, and again capital P with small I, that is purple. So in this way, out of 16 offspring, 13 offsprings are green and 3 offsprings are purple. So phenotypic ratio is 13:3. Okay. So these are the references which I used. So we will stop here and thank you.